to Voice of the Farmers page on Facebook and also other social media platforms. Yes, today we want to be talking about the effects of the presence of excessive duckweeds in an eating pond. If you remember, I think last week Sunday I did something about the effect of water hyacinth on our waterways. I think in Marina and some other places too. Duckweed is like a family of water hyacinth too, because they are like plants that grow. They are aquatic plants that grows on the water body, and they multiply very fast. They multiply quickly. You know, because they have a conducive environment to grow, and that is what they are meant to do. That is an aquatic plant. But now, sometimes when they multiply and when they grow very fast, they have effect on our water body. Now I want to be talking about the effect of the duckweed in an eating pond. Now you can see we have different eating ponds here, but looking at this particular eating pond, we have the excessive presence of duckweed there, which definitely before the end of today is going to be removed, because before it starts having a negative effect on the fish that we have in the pond, we need to try and look into it. So now the first thing that this thing is going to cause is what we call oxygen depletion. Now it's not going to allow more oxygen. Sometimes when there is light penetration through the sunlight, it also increase the oxygen level, and probably when we have more duckweed, it's going to block the penetration of light, which is going to lead to like oxygen depletion, which when you're talking about dissolved oxygen, is one of the things that makes the fish to grow well. So when you have too much of this on your water, it's something else that definitely will affect. If you don't attend to it very fast, it's going to really affect your pond, which we need to take attention, and then we need to give more attention. And secondly, it's going to lead to poor feeding as well. Most of the feed that we do, especially if you are using floating feed now, and the palletizer one, the pallet one, and that always floats. I think some of the feeds, when you give them to the fish, some of them are still maybe under or on the duckweed, which is going to stress the fish probably to eat, and probably some of them are not even know the feed is there, so which is going to lead to poor growth as well, because when they don't feed well, definitely it's going to affect them. And so we need to try and see how we can control the duckweeds. When they are much, it is not good, though we have some aquatic animals, that is like tilapia and some other fish that feed on them. But when it comes to catfish don't feed on them. It really have high effect on catfish, when especially in the item pond. So and also it's going to really affect, yes, the penetration of sun too. I said it earlier on, like because when there is too much blockage, when they are much on the water, it's really going to affect the and also the temperature as well. It will not give room for the sunlight to penetrate, and which is going to affect the temperature of the water. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is just that you, as a fish farmer, as an aquaculturist, as anybody that, let's say, okay, you are into fish farming and you are using 18 pond, immediately you see the duckweed multiplying or coming on your pond, I think what you need to do is just look for a way to remove them. And we have many ways that we can use, but I think using manual is somehow advisable. Now, when you're saying you are using herbicide, though there are some herbicide that can be used, which is not going to affect your fish. Don't just use any herbicide now, because if you're going to use anyone, probably the next day you just meet your fish floating. That is mortality. So if you are going to get herbicide, make sure you get the one that is majorly for the duckweed and is not going to affect the fish in the pond. So that's why I said the manual remover is very, very advisable. And probably you can use this your dragnet that you used to harvest, just to probably try and pack them away. But once they have the duckweed there, it's always very difficult for them to evacuate or even leave. But at least once you always remove them, probably maybe once in a while, it's still going to give it that room. At least the water temperature is going to be there, the oxygen and the dissolved oxygen is going to be there, and at least your fish is going to be doing well. So what we're trying to do is just that we are trying to see how can we educate our farmers on some things. Probably we have some experience which we are facing. We have some challenges that we are facing on this our season now. We are trying to culture some fish now. That is the one that we are given by IITA. So we are trying to see from what we are getting, from the information we are gathering from here, we are trying to see how we can also pass some of them to our farmers. You know, we have some farmers that are just starting, and some of them don't even know what duckweeds are. So we need to try and enlighten them and educate them and let them know the effect of it. I think it's tilapia from farm now. Like that is what we are doing. You know, this one are not even enough for tilapia to eat. They will just feed on them. But this is catfish. So you know, catfish is not herbivorous now. So they don't eat plants. Yes, I think tilapia eats plants. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that please, when you are into Earthen pond and you start seeing this this duckweeds on your pond, I think all you need to do is just try and act fast and see how can you remove them from the pond here. Thank you very much once again. I know one way or the other we've learned something. At least we've been able to know what duckweeds are. They are also aquatic plants that multiply very fast, very fast. Not even within few days you will see they will just come up because you know they have that conducive environment to grow. And you know, some of them, some people are still asking, do they have roots? How did they even grow? You know, I think probably maybe I should try and bring out some. Maybe let me see if I'm closer to some. I want to show you they have roots. Yes. Yeah. You can see, look at it. They also have roots, so that is why it's easy for them to even grow. You can see this is, you know, I just brought this out from the farm. So they have roots, so they can always multiply very fast. So please, if you have this on your farm, please try and find a way to remove it using the manual, or you want to use the herbicide. But be careful using the herbicide as well. Thank you very much once again. I know you have learned a lot. You have learned one or two things today. So I remember my humble self. My name is Olumide, reporting life of Voice of the Farmer. Remember, we said we celebrate, educate, and promote farmers. Thank you. Till we meet next time again. Thank you.